Hi there, we are going to be creating a web page. So what we're going to do is you can either view all here or hit the plus button. I'm going to hit the plus button and see if I can find web page. There's the link to it right there. So it's going to take me to several different kinds. I just want web page. That's what I want. Okay, so you can choose a template if you like. There's lots of different options here. It gives you nice layouts if there's something that fits for you. I don't usually choose a template only because I'm comfortable playing in the web page setting. I've found that some of the templates have a few limitations as far as pictures and things, whereas if I do it on my own, I can do any of that myself. So I'm going to just create from scratch, and I'll show you that method. So right now everything's blank. So here's my Adobe Express web page. So I'm going to add my title, web page. Oh, whoops. Okay, and then I might add my name. So that gets me started, basically. So now, if I want to change how this looks, I want to change the layout. I'm just clicking with my left part of my mouse. It gives me options if I want a short cover, a split layout. Split layout will look like that. Maybe I don't really like that, or I want to change it to that side. That's an option. Or I want to do something different with it. I'll click here, and I can add text on this side if I want. So if I want it to look like that, or if I just want to delete the whole thing. Oh, it's just taken a second. There we go. I actually want it to be a cover, so I'm going to have it be a cover. Now I want to add a photo to the cover. So I want to come over here and I'm going to search for computer because we're working on our computers. We're going to just see what pops up. Nice background. I like this one. So I'm going to choose that one. And then there's my back. And it's usually fuzzy for just a second until it gets rolling. Okay. The other thing I can do is I can come up here and on this little guy, ooh, right there. Maybe I want it to look just a little bit different. You can change your fonts on everything. I like this one. This one's kind of nice. So it won't change my picture, but it will give me a little bit of a different look. So you can play with that as you go. Now, as I keep going and building, it's just going to be scanning down here. And this is the next page. So what's the next option that you might want to add? So you can decide, how you want it to look, the layout. And these are all different layouts here. So if maybe I'm going to add a glide show, and I am going to add a teacher. I think I want a picture of a teacher. So I'm going to search for that, and there'll be all kinds of pictures and all. Maybe I need to get more specific because maybe I want, something that works in our setting. So this is the one I'm going to choose for now. And then you'll go over here, and once you've chosen, you can actually choose more than one picture if you'd like. You can play with that. I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to start adding my font and my text here. So I'm going to just click on the text button, and I'm going to type in my title, what I think my title should be. So teaching using Adobe. Oops, Adobe. Okay, now it's just that size, right? So if I click on it using my left click of my mouse, I can change it to a big size, medium size, or this layout. So you can decide how you want that to look. I'm going to leave it here, and then under here I might add some more content, and so I added that in. And again, I'm going to left click, and I want it to be bulleted. So then I can add some more information there. So now I really want to add a link to something. So I want to have something here. So I might add a video that I just created, and I will paste that in there, and then that video will pop up in this same area. So that's a video that I just made. Or maybe I want to send somebody to a site, so an article link. So I would type in, whatever title I want to give it, and I'll put the link here. So I might just put the same link in just for fun, just to see if it'll work. And then I'll hit save. And then when they click on it, then it'll take them to where they want that to go. So, and at any point, if I click on that, I can move it, I can edit it, I can delete it. So that's the basics of a web page. Now you'll see you get down to this next plus button. Now we're on the next page of the web page. So this time I'm going to do a split layout, and I'm going to add an image, and I'll just choose another teaching image here. And then over here I'm going to add my content. So content goes here. I'm going to make it a big font, so I'm like right or left clicking there, excuse me, left click, make it big, and then more content, and then I left click again on it, make it a little smaller, and then again more content, and this one left click, and I make it look like that, and it'll divide it up. And then maybe I want to add a picture again, because I just feel like that will break up the information a little bit better. So then I can add a picture, or I can add a graph. Now, you can't add in data that it won't accept. So if you're going to add in something like a graph or a PDF, you have to convert it. So you'll either have to convert it to a JPEG, which you can do with Adobe Acrobat. There's even some tools in Adobe Express to do that. You can take a picture of it using your snipping tool. I've done that before and added it in. Or it will accept URLs from Google Docs. So if you wanted to create a Google Doc of information and then create a button, and you add your Google Doc link, make sure it's shareable so that anybody that clicks on it can see it, and then you would add in again, you know, the link to it, save it, and then that would be there. So last thing you can do is a photo grid, which is like several photos. So you just choose as many photos as you want, and then you hit save, and then that looks a little bit different. So you could still add a title here, you could still add additional content here, just depends on how you want this to look. Now, if we are done with everything we want to do, we come back up here and maybe we just want to preview it just to see, okay, that's that little arrow button I clicked on. This kind of gives me an idea of how it's all coming together. It looks pretty good so far. Nothing too fancy, looks simple there. And then I like it, so I'm going to X out of it, and I'm going to share it. So I click on the share button, and I need to publish it to the web. If you wanted to invite anyone to work on it with you, you can do that there. You can add their information there. Or if you just want to, you definitely have to publish it though. So you have to create a link by publishing it. Now, if you wanted to do this and make it into a template for the students to use, you would click here where it says allow others to remix. Just click that tab there. That would give you a link that when somebody accesses, they see your template, and then they can use your background but make it their own. And you create the link, and then that's the link that you actually share with somebody. Anytime you go in and make changes to it, you've got to go back in and make sure that you remember to republish. If not, they will only see the previous version. So I hope that helps. Adobe web pages are fun, and they're actually pretty easy to use. Occasionally you can screw up and like accidentally delete information, and content doesn't copy and paste great. There's some tricks to it, so if you run into any issues, please let me know and I'm happy to help you. Thanks.